Dale Evans was America's sweetheart, but her real story was far from a fairy tale. Behind the fame and charm lay struggles, controversy, and heartbreak. From turbulent relationships to hidden battles, her life was more complex than fans ever knew. Stay with us as we uncover the untold truth of this Western legend. Uvalde to Louisville. Born Frances Octavia Smith on October 31, 1912 in Uvalde, Texas, Dale had a less than stable upbringing. Raised in Texas and Arkansas, she spent much of her childhood bouncing between homes. This included time with her uncle, Dr. L.D. Massey, in Osceola, Arkansas. But at just 14 years old, she made a decision that would change her life forever. She eloped. Her first husband was Thomas F. Fox, and by the time she was 15, she was already a mother. While some sources claim she was widowed young, the truth was far messier. She was divorced by 17. The realities of marriage and motherhood at such a young age left her determined to carve out a different future for herself. With dreams of becoming a singer, she moved to Memphis, Tennessee. Here she juggled an insurance job while performing on the radio whenever she could. But love didn't get any easier. Another unhappy marriage sent her packing to Louisville, Kentucky, where she became a rising star on a local radio station. There, her voice and charisma started turning heads, setting the stage for her Hollywood breakthrough. Changing her name. Imagine sitting at your desk, typing away at a mundane office job, when your boss suddenly tells you to step up to a microphone and sing. That's exactly what happened to a young woman named Frances Octavia Smith. Little did she know that impromptu performance would change her life forever. Born with a natural talent for music, Frances soon found herself landing gigs at radio stations in Memphis, Tennessee. There she showcased her singing and piano skills, but ambition pushed her further. In 1930, she packed her bags and moved to Chicago, hoping to make it big. Unfortunately, her dream came with unexpected hardship. Struggling to make ends meet, she was diagnosed with malnutrition. This was a stark reminder of the challenges aspiring artists faced during the Great Depression. Despite personal struggles, she pressed on. Having divorced in 1929, she made another big change, not just in location but in identity. While working at WOS in Louisville, Kentucky, she adopted the stage name Dale Evans. The radio station manager suggested she needed a short, catchy name that was easy for announcers to say. Inspired by actress Madge Evans and her third husband, Robert Dale Butts, the name stuck. It was a perfect fit for the bright, confident persona she was crafting. Life took another turn in 1936 when Dale divorced once again and relocated to Dallas, Texas. There, her voice found an even bigger audience, and her reputation as a talented radio singer flourished. It wasn't long before fate led her back to Chicago, this time with Butts, whom she later married. Chicago proved to be a pivotal chapter in her journey. She gained national attention, becoming a featured vocalist on CBS's News and Rhythm and performing in nightclubs. It was clear, her star was rising. 20th Century Fox years. Hollywood loves a good story, even if it isn't always true. For years, Dale Evans was marketed as an unmarried woman devoted to her teenage brother, Tommy. But behind the scenes, Tommy wasn't her brother at all. He was actually her son, Tom Fox, Jr. The studio created this illusion to fit her image as a rising star. The deception continued even through her divorce from Robert Dale Butts in 1946. However, as Evans carefully maintained this public persona, she also stepped into a new chapter. This chapter would make her one of the most recognizable cowgirls in film history. Before becoming a household name, Evans was already making waves in entertainment. She had built a solid reputation as a radio singer before catching the attention of Hollywood. In 1943, she landed a supporting role in Untold, Oklahoma, a Western adventure starring John Wayne. The part was small, but it proved to be a stepping stone. The very next year, she found herself sharing the screen with Roy Rogers in The Cowboy and the Senorita. That first collaboration with Rogers was more than just another film credit. It was the beginning of something much bigger. The on-screen chemistry between Evans and Rogers was undeniable, and audiences couldn't get enough of them. Moviegoers loved seeing the duo ride across the West, solving problems with charm, wit, and of course, plenty of music. The pairing was so successful that they went on to star in over 24 westerns together. But their connection wasn't just for the cameras. Off-screen, Evans and Rogers developed a deep bond, and in 1947, they tied the knot. Their marriage solidified them as Hollywood's ultimate cowboy and cowgirl couple. Moving to Republic Pictures, Hollywood romances rarely stand the test of time, but Dale Evans and Roy Rogers were the exception. Their marriage wasn't just a love story, it was a partnership that lasted over 5 decades, both on and off the screen. While it was Rogers' third marriage and Evans's fourth, this union proved to be the one that endured. From their 1947 wedding until Roy's passing in 1998, they were inseparable, not just as actors, but as life partners. Shortly after tying the knot, Evans made a life-changing decision. She finally revealed the truth about her son, Tommy. For years, the public had been led to believe he was her younger brother, a story carefully crafted by Hollywood executives. But now, as part of a family with Roy, she was ready to leave that deception behind. Blending their families was no small task. Roy had 3 children from his previous marriage, an adopted daughter, Cheryl, and 2 biological children, Linda and Roy Jr., known as Dusty. Together, he and Evans welcomed a daughter, Robin Elizabeth. But heartbreak struck when Robin, born with Down syndrome, passed away just before her 2nd birthday. Though devastated, Evans found a way to turn her grief into something meaningful. She penned Angel Unaware, a deeply personal book about Robin's short but impactful life. The book became a bestseller, but it also helped shift societal views on children with developmental disabilities. At a time when such conditions were widely misunderstood, Evans's words provided comfort and encouragement to countless parents facing similar challenges. Her advocacy didn't stop there. One Oklahoma-based organization was originally called the Oklahoma County Council for Mentally Retarded Children. This organization renamed itself the Dale Rogers Training Center in her honor. Beyond Hollywood, Evans and Rogers embraced a life of faith and service. They became fixtures at Billy Graham's crusades. There they shared their story, sang gospel music, and inspired audiences with their testimony. Their spiritual journey played a huge role in their later years. It shaped their public image as not just entertainers, but as symbols of faith and resilience. The Roy Rogers Show. For 6 years, Dale Evans and Roy Rogers brought adventure, music, and wholesome values into American homes with The Roy Rogers Show. Running from 1951 to 1957, the series cemented them as the ultimate cowboy and cowgirl duo. While Roy rode his famous golden Palomino Trigger, Evans was never far behind on her trusty buckskin horse, Buttermilk. Together, they fought for justice in the Old West. This delighted audiences with action-packed stories and plenty of Western charm. But Evans's impact went far beyond the screen. Throughout her career, she starred in more than 30 films, recorded around 200 songs, and became one of the most influential women in Western entertainment. Perhaps her most enduring musical contribution was the song Happy Trails, which she personally wrote. The tune became the signature farewell for her and Roy, capturing the warmth and optimism they represented both on and off the screen. As the television series progressed, Evans became increasingly open about her faith. She wasn't just playing a role, she truly believed in spreading messages of hope and encouragement. Her dialogue often included references to God, urging both children and adults to seek guidance through faith. This personal touch resonated deeply with audiences, making Evans more than just a performer. She was a source of inspiration. Her television career didn't stop with The Roy Rogers Show. In 1962, she and Roy teamed up again for The Roy Rogers and Dale Evans Show, a mix of comedy, Western action, and variety entertainment. Though the program was short-lived, it showcased the couple's dynamic chemistry and enduring popularity. Dale Evans wasn't just a singer, actress, or songwriter. She was a storyteller who used every medium available to share messages of faith, perseverance, and joy. Whether she was riding alongside Roy in a Western adventure, singing a heartfelt ballad, or reminding viewers to trust in God, she left a lasting impression on generations of fans. Building a family. Dale Evans, best known as the charming and talented wife of legendary cowboy star Roy Rogers, was also a loving mother to a large and blended family. The couple's devotion to their children became an inspiring example of love and resilience. Despite their busy careers and the challenges of fame, Dale and Roy embraced a life filled with joy and compassion. They opened their hearts to children from all walks of life. The Rogers family grew exponentially over the years as the couple adopted several children. By the mid-1950s, their household included not only their biological children, but also 4 adopted daughters, each with its own story. Among these children was Dodie, their 5th child. Born in October 1952, Dodie Rogers, also known as Little Doe Rogers, was adopted to honor Roy's Native American heritage. As her biological father was Roy himself, this adoption was a meaningful gesture that tied their family even closer to its cultural roots. The family's journey of expanding through adoption started earlier, with Marion Rogers, their 3rd child. She joined the family in the late 1940s. Marion came to them as a foster child from Scotland. But after a few years of being sent back to her biological parents, she decided that Roy and Dale would be her forever home. Their bond grew strong, and Marion became an inseparable part of their family. But it wasn't all smooth sailing for the Rogers family. Tragedy struck in 1955 when they adopted their 6th child, Deborah Lee Debbie Rogers. Born in Korea, Debbie's life was tragically cut short in a devastating bus accident at just 9 years old. This happened while returning from a church youth group trip to Mexico. This loss was a profound heartache for Dale and Roy, and Debbie's memory lived on as a bittersweet chapter in the family's history. Together, Dale and Roy's commitment to their children created a loving, extended family of 9. The couple's devotion as parents was tested in ways that many would never have expected, but their shared values of family and love overcame the obstacles of fame and sorrow. With 9 children in total, their home was a bustling hub of love, and their story became a legacy of unwavering dedication. Despite the ups and downs, the Rogers family's story remains an enduring testament to the power of love even amidst the most difficult times. Religion was a focus. Known for her captivating performances and larger-than-life personality, Dale Evans was also a passionate advocate for her faith. Throughout her career, she didn't just rely on her fame to entertain. She used her platform to champion causes close to her heart. In 1964, Dale Evans took center stage at the Shrine Auditorium in Los Angeles. This was for a significant event that showcased her unwavering commitment to religion and education. The rally, titled Project Prayer, aimed to gather public support for reinstating prayer in schools. This push followed 2 landmark U.S. Supreme Court decisions in the early 1960s. These decisions ruled mandatory prayer in public schools unconstitutional. This cause brought together a star-studded group of celebrities. Some of these included Evans, Anthony Isley, Walter Brennan, Lloyd Nolan, Rhonda Fleming, and Pat Boone. With more than 2,500 people in attendance, the event was a powerful show of support for those who believed in the importance of religious education in public life. During the rally, Evans delivered a heartfelt speech declaring, "It's high time that all America stood up to be counted. Let our children learn of the Lord and be free." This statement reflected her strong belief in the role of faith in shaping children's lives. Her message resonated deeply with the audience. The rally also included statements from other prominent figures like Isley and Fleming. They mentioned that additional icons such as Roy Rogers, John Wayne, and Ronald Reagan would have attended had their schedules allowed. Dale's advocacy didn't stop at public rallies. Her faith was evident in her work, especially during the 1970s when she recorded several solo albums featuring religious music. These albums allowed her to connect with her audience on a spiritual level, sharing her love for God through song. Her influence continued well into the 1980s, when she and her husband, Roy Rogers, hosted their films on the Nashville network. The couple brought their beloved cowboy films to a new generation while maintaining their values of faith and family. In the 1990s, Dale Evans took her commitment to spreading the message of faith a step further by hosting her own religious television program. This show allowed her to reach viewers from all walks of life, continuing her work of sharing the joy of faith, hope, and love. Dale's political support. Dale Evans was also a fiercely dedicated woman who wasn't afraid to voice her opinions on the issues that mattered most to her. In the 1964 United States presidential election, Dale made her political stance clear by supporting Barry Goldwater. Goldwater was the conservative candidate known for his strong commitment to American values. This wasn't a mere endorsement. It was a passionate commitment that saw her actively campaigning for Goldwater. He aligned with her Christian beliefs with his platform. For Dale, this endorsement wasn't just about politics. It was an extension of her public persona, which had always centered around faith, family, and patriotism. She firmly believed that these values were essential to the future of the country. Her support for Goldwater reflected that belief. It wasn't surprising, considering that throughout her career, Dale had consistently championed causes that resonated with her deeply held Christian principles. While politics took center stage for her in the early 60s, Dale's focus shifted in the 1970s back to her musical roots. During this time, she recorded several solo albums that reflected her unwavering faith. The songs she recorded were simple yet powerful, carrying themes of redemption, love, and hope. These were messages that she believed could inspire and uplift people from all walks of life. Through her music, Dale reached people on a deeper level, reinforcing her commitment to her spiritual beliefs. As the decades passed and television evolved, Dale and Roy Rogers remained beloved figures in American culture. In the 1980s, the couple embraced the growing popularity of cable television by introducing their classic films on the Nashville network. This initiative brought their nostalgic cowboy movies to a new generation. It also reminded fans of their enduring popularity and the timeless appeal of their wholesome messages. The 1990s ushered in a new phase for Dale Evans as she took her passion for sharing faith to a broader audience. She launched her own religious television program. It offered viewers a platform to connect with her and hear messages of faith, hope, and personal struggle. Through her television show, Dale continued to share her life story. The show emphasized her belief that God had a unique plan for each person, no matter the challenges they faced. Roy passes away. Roy Rogers, Dale's beloved husband and cowboy film star, passed away at 86. This marked the close of an unforgettable chapter in American entertainment. The actor who had embodied the quintessential Western hero left behind a legacy that would forever define what it meant to be a hero on screen. Rogers died peacefully in his sleep from congestive heart failure at his ranch in Apple Valley, California. This ranch was just 90 miles outside of Los Angeles. His passing was not just the end of life, but the closing of an era. An era where the good guys wore white hats and the villains, often in black, were always destined to lose. In Rogers' world, justice was always served, and the heroes rode off into the sunset with their trusty steeds like his beloved horse Trigger. Rogers' appeal spanned generations and mediums. He was a movie star, a television icon, a comic book hero, and even a music sensation. But for many, his bond with Oklahoma was especially strong. Alongside his wife, Dale Evans, Roy made many trips to the state, forging deep connections with its people. His relationship with Oklahoma was cemented in 1947 when he and Dale tied the knot in a ceremony at the Flying L Ranch near Davis, owned by their close friends Bill and Alice Likens. The wedding marked a personal milestone that was rare for the couple, as it was the first time they were photographed sharing a kiss, despite their on-screen chemistry and memorable moments in many films. The photo captured their love not only for each other, but for the fans who had supported them throughout their careers. Rogers' unique blend of singing cowboy and heroic figure resonated deeply with his audiences, transcending beyond the silver screen to become a beloved symbol of the American West. His films and television shows featured his signature songs, wholesome messages, and indomitable spirit, qualities that made him a true star in every sense of the word. Though the world has lost the king of the cowboys, the legacy of Roy Rogers continues to live on. His timeless films, his memorable performances, and his enduring image as the protector of justice and defender of the innocent will always be a part of American culture. As we remember him, it's clear that Roy Rogers was much more than a star. He was a symbol of hope, honesty, and the spirit of the West. The truth comes out. Dale Evans's life wasn't always as picture-perfect as the world saw on screen. Behind her role as the beloved wife of Roy Rogers and a shining example of family values, there were struggles and heartache that she faced with grace and resilience. Dale never publicly criticized her husband, but she was open about the pressures their high-profile careers placed on their family life. In private moments, she spoke of the loneliness she often felt, especially when Roy was away filming or touring. Despite these challenges, she never wavered in her commitment to her faith, family, and the love that kept her going. In interviews, Dale gave rare glimpses into the personal battles she fought, especially regarding the strict discipline Roy enforced as a father. She shared that while Roy was a loving and dedicated parent, his intense focus on discipline could sometimes create tension in their home. Despite this, Dale always protected their family life from public scrutiny and never spoke ill of her husband. One of the deepest burdens she carried was related to a decision from her early career. Dale admitted that she had deceived the public about her son Tommy, pretending he was her brother for years. This was a choice that weighed heavily on her conscience, and even after revealing the truth, it haunted her. The pain of this deception stayed with her, but she never allowed it to define her. Dale's resilience wasn't just about keeping up appearances. She faced tragedy and hardship head-on, with faith as her anchor. Her daughter, Dodie, often spoke of how her mother's strength shaped her own life. "Mom was a strong woman," Dodie recalled. "She faced tragedy after tragedy, but she always found a way to keep going." This unwavering resilience, despite the challenges she faced, is one of Dale's greatest legacies. Through all of the hardships, Dale Evans remained a woman of deep conviction. She kept her focus on what truly mattered: her faith, her family, and the love that held them all together. Her ability to persevere in the face of adversity is a testament to her strength. It continues to inspire those who remember her not just as a TV star, but as a woman who truly embodied the values she cherished. Her final days. On February 7, 2001, the world said goodbye to the iconic Queen of the West, Dale Evans, at the age of 88. Known for her incredible contributions to music, film, and charitable work, she left a profound impact on both Hollywood and the community of Apple Valley, California. Her legacy as a beloved actress, singer, and philanthropist continues to resonate. It reminds us of the enduring power of faith, family, and kindness. Beyond her film career, Dale Evans was deeply committed to her faith and charitable endeavors. A devout Christian, she wrote over 20 inspirational books and devoted her time to volunteer work. Alongside Roy, she helped establish the Happy Trails Children's Foundation, which continues to assist at-risk children to this day. Their dedication to helping others was as strong as their love for each other, and they built a lasting legacy through their charitable work. In 1965, Dale and Roy moved to Apple Valley, where they opened the Roy Rogers and Dale Evans Museum. Though the museum later moved to Victorville and eventually Branson, Missouri, it stood as a testament to their incredible careers and love for each other. After Dale's passing, she was laid to rest next to Roy at Sunset Hills Memorial Park in Apple Valley, where the two will always be remembered as Hollywood royalty. Even decades later, Dale's influence remains. In 2019, her iconic song Happy Trails was featured in The Man in the High Castle, proving that her artistic inspiration continues to touch lives. Dale Evans may have left this world, but her legacy as a compassionate leader, devoted wife, and dedicated philanthropist will never be forgotten. Legacy. Dale Evans was more than just a beloved Hollywood actress. She was a trailblazer who created an enduring legacy in the world of entertainment and beyond. Often referred to as Queen of the West, she captivated audiences with her charm, talent, and unapologetically positive attitude. But her legacy goes far beyond her iconic roles in films and television. She became a pioneering figure in music, philanthropy, and the fight for women's empowerment. What truly set Dale Evans apart, however, was her resilience and dedication to helping others. Her life was marked by personal tragedy. These included the loss of her daughter. But instead of allowing these hardships to define her, Evans channeled her experiences into charity work. She founded the Dale Evans Children's Home and dedicated much of her life to helping children in need. Her work in this area, along with her support of various causes, solidified her place as a beloved figure, one who was not just famous for her work, but for her heart and compassion. Dale Evans' legacy endures to this day. With a career spanning film, music, television, and philanthropy, she showed the world the power of kindness, perseverance, and positivity. Whether she was singing her heart out or caring for the less fortunate, she left behind a life that continues to inspire. Evans's life was a testament to the strength of the human spirit, and her contributions to entertainment, charity, and the empowerment of women will never be forgotten. Accolades. Dale Evans' journey from Hollywood icon to celebrated trailblazer is a testament to her unforgettable impact on entertainment and culture. Beyond her on-screen presence, her remarkable contributions to radio, television, and country music continue to leave a lasting imprint on the world. Evans's star shines brightly in Hollywood, where she earned not one but 2 stars on the famed Walk of Fame. Her first star was awarded for her contribution to radio at 6638 Hollywood Boulevard, recognizing her influential presence in the entertainment industry. A second star followed at 1737 Vine Street, cementing her legacy in television as well. These honors speak to her versatility and lasting influence across multiple forms of media. But her recognition didn't stop there. In 1976, Evans was inducted into the Western Performers Hall of Fame at the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. This prestigious accolade celebrated her role in shaping the Western genre, particularly through her collaborations with her husband, Roy Rogers, in countless films and TV shows that became staples of American pop culture. Nearly 2 decades later, in 1995, she received another high honor when she was inducted into the National Cowgirl Museum and Hall of Fame in Fort Worth, Texas. Her legacy as a woman who shaped both the Western and country music worlds was solidified further when she was inducted into the Texas Trail of Fame in 1997. Evans' influence reached even farther in the world of country music, where she was ranked number 34 on CMT's list of the 40 greatest women in country music in 2002. Her voice and her songs, including the beloved Happy Trails, became anthems for generations of fans, leaving an indelible mark on the genre. Her family, too, carried forward her legacy. Cheryl Rogers Barnett, the daughter of Roy Rogers and Evans's stepdaughter, co-authored Cowboy Princess: Life with My Parents, Roy Rogers and Dale Evans, sharing the intimate story of Evans' life and legacy. Evans also found recognition beyond California, with a Golden Palm Star on the Palm Springs Walk of Stars in 2001, which she shared with Roy Rogers. In 2018, she was inducted into the National Multicultural Western Heritage Museum, an acknowledgement of her role in diversifying the representation of women and performers in Western and country music. Dale Evans' legacy isn't just in awards, but in the lives she touched with her talent, resilience, and trailblazing spirit. Her story continues to inspire. Like, subscribe, and share for more Hollywood legends. Thanks for watching.